And we're continuing to follow the breaking news here at 5. Independence police investigating what led to a shooting at Independence Center. 4 victims wounded this afternoon. I'm John Holt.
I'm Lauren Halifax. All 4 of those victims have been transported to hospitals, and at least one suffered critical wounds, according to police. It happened about 2:20 this afternoon at Independence Center Mall. Police say there were 2 groups in the mall, got into some sort of confrontation and fired at each other. The 4 people who were shot were with those groups. They're talking with people who might be involved now. Fox 4's Dave DeMarco is there on the scene. He talked with police and with some witnesses. Dave, what are they saying?
Yeah, in just the last 20 minutes, we got that update from police, and the latest that 3 people right now are in custody, or at least there are 3 persons of interest that they're talking to. You can see back here that investigation is still going on. See some of those flashing lights. You see the police tape surrounding the front entrance to the mall, and that's because we now know exactly where this shooting happened, and that was right inside the mall. As folks were inside there, that meant they might have had to try to run almost through that gunfire to get out. Those scary moments there. They'd say there's no active shooter, but again, they think that there were 2 groups of people that were shooting at each other, creating a lot of gunfire and a lot of moments of really probably panic inside the mall. We did speak to some folks that were in the food court area when this all happened and what they experienced.
And then I see people start running, and then everybody on the upper floor is closing their stores down. People are trying to hide, go inside the stores as they're closing it down. And then you hear screams, and then you just hear people saying, go, 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 run, 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 he's got a gun. And then that's when it really got chaotic.
And you just heard from Stevens there about what the stores had to do there, going into their emergency protocols that unfortunately they know a little all too well out here from other shooting incidents, closing those stores down, some of those folks that are inside those stores, keeping those safety in as well as they could, and then the mall and security and police that were out here having to go store to store, make sure that there are no other victims, look for any suspects, and get people back out to safety, which was a reunification area out here. They also talked today about, unfortunately for police at least, how this was Veterans Day, and the substation that's here at the mall, the officer wasn't on duty, so that might have led to a little longer of the response times that we heard from folks of getting them out here. But again, they do have those 3 persons of interest that they're talking to right now. They say they're not sure how many others that they might also be trying to track down. There'll be a lot of video to go through and everything. Mentioned the protocols there at the mall. They say right now they're not sure what the mall is going to do, and the mall hasn't really, they've asked us to be off property right now, so we're able to talk to them as far as having anyone else open here. But a lot to sort out for them, and stuff going on over at the hospital as well, where 4 victims have been transported today, and that's where our Jonathan Ketz is right now.
Hey there, Dave. Good evening. Yeah, we have not been able to confirm, at least from HCA or the Centerpoint Medical Center right now, that the victims were here. We made a couple of phone calls earlier to spokespeople for the hospital, but we believe this is where the 4 victims were taken. We just tried to talk to an Independence police officer. I asked them, are the 4 victims here? They said yes. Now, we're just a couple of 100 feet away from the hospital. We actually have seen an ambulance and a couple of Independence police officers who have been here the entire time that we've been here. We probably got here about 4:30 earlier on this afternoon. Before we got to the north side of 39th Street, we were at the Club Car Wash on the northeast side of the mall. That's actually where the reunification point was supposed to be for families if they were concerned that their loved one was inside of the Independence Center when the shooting took place earlier this afternoon. We caught up with one person who we talked to. She did not know that 4 people had just been shot about an hour prior.
Yeah, I've lived here for 16 years, and I used to go to the Independence Center every Saturday. That was where we went. We did all our shopping, but yeah, I'm really concerned about everything going on in Independence. The crime, there's just an influx of crime.
If we get any information, John and Lauren, about the status update of these victims, we will bring that to you as we're on the north side of 39th Street at the Centerpoint Medical Center.
Jonathan Ketz live in Independence. Thank you.